Hello and welcome to another episode of Offworld Beyond, the podcast here hosted at Offworld to talk all things game dev. My name is Eliot, and I'm the senior community manager here, and I'm joined by
Howitzer, aka Oliver.
what is your role here at Offworld?
I'm the project lead on Squad.
One of our 3 live titles that we have here at Offworld. Can you give a little rundown of what Squad is for anyone who might be tuning in that has no idea what we do?
Yeah, Squad is a very social, community-based game. It's a large-scale combined arms tactical shooter. None like it on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thanks for joining us on the podcast here. We glad to get some of your time. I know it's limited when you get to come by the office. So how did you get into games? Like, what got you started in the career of game development?
Sure. Well, it first started when my father got one of the first Macintosh
Okay,
computers, and he got into some games there, and I was a lot younger then and sort of got interested there. And when Blizzard was in the old days, the game that sort of brought me into it was StarCraft Brood War
yeah,
and their map editor. So as I was a little bit older, started playing around with the map editor, playing around with that, and that got me into making things with games, and eventually learned that that could be a thing, a career. Worked my way through high school, and ever since that moment have been wanting to get into games.
hmm And then did you just straight jump into game development, or did you do other things in your career before you started?
I knew
Yeah.
from the beginning, something inside me wanted to get into games.
Mm.
So right out of high school, went into Vancouver Film School's game design programmer,
Gotcha. Yep.
and that was a 1 year sort of
Yep.
intense program, and then straight into industry.
Wow. There's a lot of folks that have graduated from that program, especially in the Vancouver space, across the different studios here. Did you get into production right away, or did you do other things first before you got into?
No, I started in QA.
Gotcha.
So out of school, we did a lot of stings in school.
Hmm.
We did sort of a bit of everything, a bit of art, a bit of programming,
Gotcha.
but moved right into QA as a sort of starter job.
Mm,
Um, so that's where I started and made my way up.
gotcha. And then from QA, did you go into production, or did you do other things along the way?
Did a bit of QA,
Yeah.
did a bit of community, did a bit of customer support,
Wow.
and then went into production after
Gotcha. Gotcha.
dabbling in
Gotcha.
those areas.
And now you're here.
And now we're here. Yeah.
It's funny because, you mentioned about how you knew you wanted to get into game development. I never personally thought of it as a career because my parents very early on said that, why are you wasting your time playing video games, right? Because they never viewed it as a viable career.
Yep.
But yeah, now we're here.
Look at us now.
Who's laughing now, mom and dad? No, joking. They love the fact that I found a place where I can work. But did your parents have any apprehension towards going into game development, or?
No, they didn't. They were very supportive.
Yeah.
They suggested I make a little vision board
Okay.
I put next to my bed
Wow.
as like I want to
Gotcha.
work in games or whatever.
Man.
Something I can see every day, and
Yeah.
so I did that a while ago.
Because I remember all the times throughout high school, especially where my mom would be not the most kindest about my usage of time playing Counter-Strike or StarCraft Brood War or Warcraft 3 at the time, because we played a lot of Dota back in the day.
Nice.
So it's Dota definitely consumed a lot of my childhood. I'll say that.
The life of a peasant.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, that too, yeah. Life of the Peasant, yeah. But also playing a lot of just
Warcraft 3 modders.
I mean, Warcraft 3 did spawn like I said, one of the biggest mods, which ends up being Dota, and you got League of Legends and Dota 2 now that have dominated the game space, esports space. What got you here at Offworld then? Like, how'd you make your way over here to Offworld?
Other than it being a studio in Vancouver,
Mhm.
at the time I was working in a very large team with Microsoft for a different game, a small little game that called Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
And that team was hundreds and
Yep.
hundreds,
Yeah.
if not thousands of
Yep.
people. So I sort of did a bit of time working with huge teams like
Gotcha.
that. And at a certain point, I felt like I, wanted to change. I
Mm.
felt wanted to be a bit more connected to the team and the game that I was working on. So sort of shopped around, and lots of my old colleagues
Mm.
were at Offworld as well. And back then, it was sort of relatively unknown,
Yeah.
but they'd sort of garnered a community and a game that has been super successful for them, and it's continued to fuel Offworld. So I applied, and yeah, the rest is history, I suppose.
Yeah, the rest is history. Yeah.
I didn't start immediately as the the lead of squad,
Mhm.
so I came in to help project manage certain things, and
Gotcha.
then moved on. So
What kind of advice would you give to someone who's interested in getting into games and working in game dev side?
yeah, I guess depends on where they want to get into. If they're not quite sure, I'd always recommend QA. As QA, you get a window into all the different
Mm.
departments and how all the different pieces work,
Gotcha.
and testing fun stuff.
Mm.
But you see how all the things come together, how all the art and the programming and design, how it all sort of pieces together, and the end product comes out.
Gotcha.
And QA gets you a window into that whole process. So that's a good route for production. If you want to get into production too, is start there so you can see that whole process, and learn from each department and
Mhm.
discipline, sitting from the
Gotcha.
sidelines.
Let's say if someone was interested in, getting into production specifically, is there any advice you'd give? Especially because you went through the QA, went through starting a QA and then moved your way through different parts of game development and then landed on production.
Yeah, I'd say definitely engrossing yourself in all the different kinds of project management
Yeah.
cycles, so you're sort of absorbed in, and different agile, waterfall, that kind of stuff. So watch YouTube videos about that, take classes, um, talk to friends about it. But the other side that helped me get into production was showing initiative on a certain feature,
Gotcha.
or something that you wanted in the game.
Mhm.
And I took that route by trying to come up with my own ideas
Mhm.
or my own pitch
Mhm.
that I pitched to various different people. Hopefully, you'll get feedback, and
Mhm.
you start to um, iterate on that pitch and that idea.
Yeah.
But part of that is really just taking the initiative to just
Mhm.
dive in and help and do something.
So what's going on in the world of Squad right now?
So we've just finished Unreal 5, finally.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Finally out the door.
We can move on to other things.
Yeah.
We have plenty of other things that we've been working on in the background, or either waiting to be worked on. Some of those things, obviously, new factions and new content for everyone to enjoy. One of those things that the community actually voted on
Yeah.
this year, I think, would be the Ukraine faction.
Mhm.
Players from Ukraine make up. They're tied for third and fourth place
Yeah. It's
in
crazy stat
our
in our
player
yeah,
base.
player base.
So just like when we delivered the PLA for China, they're tied second. We want to make sure that our third or fourth largest player base has their own country represented.
Yep.
So we're working on Ukraine. People are working on that on the side as well, while working on Unreal 5, but that's out.
Yeah.
That's the factions team.
Yeah.
So the factions team's working on that, as well as a few side things
Gotcha.
that will come as well. The worlds team is working on reworking the Eastern European biome.
Ooh, exciting.
So they're looking at all the buildings and foliage and trees in that biome.
Mhm.
So there's a handful of maps set in that biome. So hopefully this year, a lot of those assets um, in those levels will look a little bit better and will be designed a little bit better.
Yep. I mean, we could speak a little bit about the U5 platform. Like the whole reason to do the huge undertaking to switch into U5 is so that we have the platform and kind of a new baseline to do these things, right?
Correct. Yes. The Worlds team, just one example, the Worlds team is utilizing a lot of the tools that Unreal 5 has so that they can make maps easier.
Mhm.
and implement assets and buildings into the world a
Mhm.
bit easier
Yeah.
than it was before. So a lot of the tools that come with Unreal 5 help us
Yep.
build content out for the community.
Yeah. Very excited to see all the future work that team will be undertaking for Squad
Yeah.
and beyond just what's on the roadmap. So very excited for that. Yeah. So to switch gears a little bit, what is your current game you're playing right now?
I have a 4-year-old, so I'm playing a lot of Minecraft with him.
That's great to hear. I also have a 5-year-old, so similar age, but we haven't started on it. So how's that been?
It's been good.
Mhm.
It's weird
Yeah.
playing games that have been out for a while that
Plus, you
I
also work
played.
on it too.
Yes, pointing out stuff
Yeah.
in Minecraft. It's like, oh yeah, I helped make that.
Is your kid phased by like the fact that like dad got to work on some games or like
No,
it doesn't
not
register?
yet.
Doesn't register.
No,
It's not cool yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
soon it will be cool.
Okay, and then what's your like favorite game of all time?
I would have to say probably the game I played the most when I was younger, which is World of Warcraft.
Gotcha.
I don't have time for that anymore now. But it's the game I played the most
Gotcha.
a while ago. And it influenced me in a lot of ways in terms of social games,
Gotcha.
playing with friends, forming communities,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. So
Mhm.
yeah, I would have to go with WoW.
Nice. I think I spent only one summer playing WoW, and that was enough for me. That was
That's
enough to be like,
probably enough.
I
Yeah.
tried it, I played it, I could see where this is going. I don't want to continue. But I say this as a former MOBA player who's probably clocked in like I don't even want to guess over 10,000 hours probably over my lifetime across like Warcraft 3 original,
All
Dota,
over the whole
and then
genre.
All Stars, and then Heroes of New Earth, Dota 2, League of Legends. Yeah, I've done the
It's long.
whole
Yeah.
the whole gauntlet of MOBA games. I don't play anymore, just to be clear. I also don't have time. Definitely understand when there's a game that you love, how much it hooks you and how much.
Yeah, has a special place in my heart
Yeah.
back then.
All right, so that's it for this episode of Offworld Beyond. I want to thank you, Oliver, for joining us on this episode. Thank you for giving us the time. It's very busy with all the work that is underway, especially because as of this recording, we're still working on UE5, but by the time this comes out, it will have been released. If you want to get more of these kind of episodes, make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you also check out our notes, show notes. They have all our links for all our social media stuff, our Discords, et cetera, where you can find not just us, but the devs and other folks who love the games that we play here, all in one place. So that's it for this episode of Offworld Beyond. Thanks again, Oliver.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And until next time, cheers.